What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
So we had 2 simultaneous Wimbledons that came through the system. One of which you also said was a 126331, as you can see here, which is a fluted bezel, which garners a lot more money than a smooth bezel.
I sent pictures.
I saw 126331, and then even in the picture, like if you look at it at first glance, I literally thought with this right here, I thought that was fluted at first sight. Okay, so the whatever deal Chris was trying to strike it's just impossible. I mean, this watch, I would need to be at, let's say, 13 on this.
Hold on a second, sir. I just drove from Charlotte, North Carolina. I sent you a picture. He quoted me 15.2 in that one cash, or 16 in trade. That's what he quoted me. I just drove from Charlotte, North Carolina with that deal. I have a text message to back this up, and now you're telling me a different story?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
What do you mean you know what to tell me?
It was a mistake on our end. I mean, I don't know.
Then you need to compensate me $1,000 for my trip over here.
I need to compensate you $1,000.
Sir, I have text messages proving.
Well, you put in the wrong.
I sent a picture.
Okay, well, you were communicating with him. You weren't communicating with me.
I was communicating with somebody. I don't know you guys. I'm communicating with. I found you guys on Instagram. I found you guys on YouTube. Look, I sent all the information.
I don't mean to get anybody upset here.
How would you not be upset? Ask me how I'm not supposed to be upset.
The point I'm trying to make is it was an honest mistake, right? Honest mistake on both of our parts, because you put in 126331. This is a 126301.
I don't know codes.
Well, it's right here. And you didn't supply pictures of the card or anything. When I saw the picture originally, it looked like a fluted bezel, and that's my fault, because then in the system another one came through with the fluted bezel, which is worth significantly more. So we'll give you $4,000. It's the best I can do. That's me breaking even when it's all said and done.
I'm not like this.
Listen, I understand.
I'm in the car business too. So you sell watches, I sell cars. You know what I mean? It's frustrating when you get an offer of this amount of money and then you get there, it's a different story. I understand that
it was a mistake on both our.
The serial numbers was a mistake.
Things are very fast paced here, very fast paced. Yeah. But since you came here from North Carolina, I'm trying to make it work and trying to find.
Listen, what you do. Listen,
with what I'm offering you, we're breaking even.
Listen,
so thank you for coming to see us.
Listen.
If not, I apologize and
listen what I'm telling you. Let me speak now, please. I'll let you speak. Here's what if you could do this for me, please. Let's make it 45.
I'm not. It makes no sense for us.
So 4,000 back to me plus the watch.
All right. Is that fair? Do you see where the mistake?
I understand. I don't mean to raise my voice at you. This is out of frustration. Driving all night, got here 2 o'clock in the morning. Got a room in Baltimore. Woke up early, came over here. It's hard on us. You know what I mean? I plan on doing business with you in the future. You know what I mean?
Just so you know.
Yes.
Because of your trip up here, and as a courtesy, as a mistake, I'm a man of my word. I'll honor it.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Adrian.
Adrian.
I did want to address your email, and I felt it was better to address it on the phone rather than writing an essay. This email came through in a threatening fashion, in a more of a extortion type of fashion, which is something I don't do really well with. First and foremost, is you read through the terms and condition of the purchase agreement, we have the right to refuse any watch, but that's besides the point. The idea behind my buying department was that they were buying an off-market watch with a special dial. If you look at that picture, you can see that this is an off-color teal kind of dial, not a regular blue dial. Look, we look at the dial, we're like, okay, well, wait a minute, this isn't anything special, therefore it's not worth the extra $10,000 that we offered, which is why we, as you put it, reneged on a deal. No, we just turned the watch down, we gave you a price of what it was worth, and gave you an opportunity to accept or decline that offer in any normal fashion as what we do it. This was not a bait and switch, this was not us telling you, oh, bring this in, we're gonna give you 50, and when we get it, we give you 40 because of some cockamamie excuse.
But you understand how this costs me a lot of money.
Listen, when you fill out a sell request on my website, that's the risk that you take in regards to shipping the watch over, it taking time, and then
that's legal talk. Like, we're talking your business.
If we're talking business, I'm going to be very clear with you. Sending me a draft of a bad review, what you did is you came through in a threatening manner, and what this is called extortion. So I'm going to make it very clear for you from a business perspective. No, yes it is. Because by telling me that if you don't do this, I'm going to post this review everywhere, this is called extortion. Be careful when you try to extort people, especially with bad feedback. Should you choose to post that online, by all means do. It's not going to make me or break me. I have plenty of positive reviews, and my reputation will not be tarnished. You, on the other hand, and the relationships that you have with ADs, AP, Rolex, and everybody else may have that happen. And this is not a threat to you. This is simply me telling you how it is and what you're putting yourself into by threatening someone like myself or my company. I've been doing this 20 years. My reputation is solid. I buy $2 to $3 million worth of watches a week from the public. And what this was, is we received an item that wasn't as described.
I am misunderstood. I'm not saying you misunderstood me. I'm saying the way I communicated may have been misunderstood. That's on me.
Excuse me, for your benefit, enclosed is a draft of the review I will post if I don't hear back again. How am I supposed to take that?
I think you're viewing me through a lens that is inaccurate.
The minute I looked at that picture, I would be just as exciting as Adrian or Marco or anyone else on my team to say, oh, wait a minute, this is an AP, this looks like an off-catalog piece, because that was the terms that were mentioned. It looks like a really special dial. I can probably get more, not probably, I will get more money for it, which is why you were offered $10-some thousand more than you would for a regular watch.
I didn't know what this watch was worth. I was scared it was only worth 42. And it wasn't, it turned out it was worth more, and I want to get to that point. I said, fuck, like, I need to move a piece, like, I got a kid on the way, like, I'm not looking to be a flipper, it's not my business. Anyways, that's a side point. That's why I ended up moving those to pieces, because I rushed to move one as quickly as I could. I didn't know, it's not my business.
Ethically, we didn't do anything wrong, because when we receive a picture of a watch that we get excited about, it's, oh my God, this is some kind of new cool dial. This is like an off-market dial. It's way different than the other one. And when that watch comes in, it's basically just a regular model. In no business world are we going to pay an additional $10,000, $12,000 or lose $10,000, $12,000 on a watch that's simply not worth it, that was misrepresented to us regardless of who took the picture.
I still feel like I did nothing wrong, and I ate it. So maybe it was misunderstood. I'm ultimately a collector. I'm a potential client. I'm not anything other than that. I buy watches because I enjoy them. I want to buy more watches. I got burned not because I did anything wrong. I got burned because I sent you guys a watch exactly as described. I felt like you guys, and I quote, were taking a shot in the dark. And both Marco and Adrian used that terminology.
Yes, because of the new dial, of course. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
So what do you want from us? I don't understand. Good job, you sold your watch. It's a 15510. You clearly and vividly, in context, in writing, put this is a new dial, off catalog, teal dial. The watch comes in and it's a regular 15510.
If we want to pick up this conversation in maybe 2 hours, I have a meeting that I have to go to and I'm already 10 minutes late.
This is in my 12 years, one of the craziest situations. Guy comes in, submits a request online to Marco and our team.
I gotta run.
He goes, hey, I'm offering this watch. It's a 15510, whatever, off catalog, new blue hue. Sends us pictures of a teal dial. We make the offer accordingly. Watch comes in, it was a completely different watch, misrepresented. I get on the phone with him to try to make things right. I give him money to say sorry. He forgot to mention all that, right? The fact that I gave him $500 and then I bought a 15400 from him, more than what I wanted to pay as a gesture of kindness. This guy paid $27,000 at AP for this watch. You're talking about a bracelet that I ordered for you, paid for, gave to you 8 years ago. Yeah, you're a bullshit. 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 You send a wire 2 weeks ago. A wire is very simple. You press a button on one end and it arrives on the other end. I do it all day, every day. You couldn't provide me with that for 2 weeks. So I said, hey, in order for me to at least hold this $600,000 watch hostage, send me a picture of you at the bank, which you couldn't do because you're a liar. And you say you were in a car accident. Prove the car accident. Well, guess what? It's very simple. You can go on Google and I can Google deadly car crashes in New York. And guess what? I had a whole list of them propagate and yours was not in there. And you made me send a driver from Philadelphia to New York to go pick you up. The driver arrived, you didn't answer the phone, you didn't show up. You called me 3 hours later saying that your rib hurts. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, no worries, whenever you feel better, whenever you feel better. You can't send me proof of shit. And now you want to throw in a bracelet situation that happened 2015. You can't prove shit. You can't prove to me you're in New York. Send me your plane ticket. Send me your plane ticket. Send me a picture of a street sign in New York. Send me something. You say you got these watches from somebody in New York, you're full of shit. You're a liar. Lose my number. FaceTime me, show me where you are and I will apologize. Okay guys, sit back, relax, brace yourself, because I'm about to tell you the story from front to finish. So here's a story that dates back 8 years ago. This is a guy that contacted us about buying a watch. I had sold him a watch 8 years ago in 2015 for $125,000. It was a Royal Oak Tourbillon at the time. In the middle of the transaction, it was a watch that was on a strap. I had then ordered him a bracelet that he wanted because those bracelets are convertible to a strap model. Ordered the bracelet, took 6 weeks from Audemars Piguet direct to get. I got the bracelet, sealed up, sent it to him. 6 weeks later, I get a message, a nasty message from him saying that this bracelet was altered, that there was some issue with it. How about you have the rep from Audemars Piguet send me an email or send an email or letter of some sort confirming this. He never confirmed it, that never panned out, and I never heard from him again. 2023 comes about. He reaches back out about another Grand Complication Audemars Piguet we have listed on our website, a Royal Oak Grand Complication piece unique. We negotiated a price. He told me that he was buying it, said he was sending a wire. That wire never came. Then he said, Adrian, I'm sorry, the wire information was input wrong. We're gonna resend the wire. In fact, I'm actually in New York City right now, and I wanna come to your office to conclude the deal and then buy some other stuff. The day comes finally that he's supposed to arrive to our office. I don't hear from him. He was supposed to arrive at 1:30 p.m. A couple hours go by, I don't hear anything from him. I get a phone call from him saying that, Adrian, I just wanna let you know I was involved in a very, very bad car crash. Unfortunately, the driver of his vehicle was killed in that car accident. There was some type of drunk driver that blew a red light. I couldn't sleep for a whole day because I'm like, this is horrible. This guy came to see me again, and there was a casualty in this situation. And then obviously as things unfolded, I realized he was full of shit. After all this time, all aggravation, he tried to throw back in my face a bracelet situation that happened 8 years ago. And that's when I called and I had snapped on him and put him back in his place. Now I realize why we haven't done business in 8 years. I remember because this same exact situation happened 8 years ago when you wanted to buy the Jules Grand Complication from Jorge, and I kept it on hold for you again for 2 months and nothing happened, and then I lost touch with you. Then when you contacted me back, I'm like, oh, I think I remember this guy. And now it all comes back to me. You're a liar. This is the second time this happened, and now you want to tell me you went to somebody in New York and bought watches? Lies, lies, lies. Show me the 2 watches. Send me a picture of the 2 watches. Send me a picture of where you're at. Goodbye.
Adrian, tell me how you really feel.
I feel great.
Oh, so nobody died in the car crash? That was
He's a liar, bro. He's a fucking idiot.
Dude, you said somebody.
What's the end game? I don't understand.
I don't understand either. 8 years later, he wants to bring this up in this whole entire ordeal as almost like a f you. Is that normal?
No. On to the next one.
Something serious happened at the watch show. Something unfortunate as watch dealers that we never ever want to experience.
Совершенно вчера ёбнули за 5 пар часов. Окей?
Где?
Дорогие, здесь он с кем-то имел дело. Спиздили 5 пар дорогих часов. Я прошу, блядь, стойте, Мишел.
Some guy just got 5 watches stolen from him. A lot of the times, as you guys can see, when the watch show opens and throughout the whole watch show, a lot of people tend to crowd in one area, and there's people asking prices for all types of watches. So what happens is you start taking watches out of your showcase, showing it to this guy, showing it to this guy, and you might turn for a second and that guy could be gone.
A friend of ours got robbed. They stole 5 watches. So guys, you gotta be extra careful, okay?
Now, this isn't something that happens often. It happens in the blue moon. It usually happens to a dealer who is loose and not careful with his merchandise, in the case of the gentleman whose watches were stolen. Security has always been my #1 concern. At the end of the day, you can be in the business, God knows how many years. It takes one time of not being careful and you can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. For the most part, if I don't know you and you walk up to my booth, you're looking at that watch, I'm looking at that watch with you, one at a time.
I just sold this guy a watch and he bounced the check. I quoted him on a watch. The watch was brand new, complete with box and papers. He confirmed the watch. He negotiated, asked me to hold it. I held it for a few hours.
I get it, but we
Hold on a
were
second.
from you with
But
the intent to just push it over to
hold on.
somebody else.
1
and
second,
that
Michael.
person-
The company name is different. The payment on the check is different, and then I get a call from you guys, completely different company name, and trying to return the watch and telling me you stopped payment on the check. What kind of deal? Like, what is that?
You keep interrupting me, and I'm just trying to let me finish at least for give me okay. Look, I'm looking at the clock. Give me 1 minute, and then I'll let you talk for 1 minute. Okay?
Sure.
So it'll be fair. So I sent the check off to pay you. Then when the sale came through, the sale got blown. I said, well, how was the sale blown? Oh, the watch strap was cut. They cut the watch strap. What do you mean they cut the watch strap? The watch strap was cut. So I said, that's not fair. Decided, let's go ahead and put a stop payment until we figure out exactly what happened with the sale.
Can I speak now?
My minute's not up yet.
Okay.
So, is there a way that we can go ahead and almost treat it like a memo item and do do like a 4-payment installment on it?
4 payments? Absolutely not.
Oh, no. I'm gonna talk to this guy. This is Roman from Luxury Bazaar. I'm the owner here. The situation that happened with the Patek Philippe, I received a check from your company, which then was stop payment on a bounce, however you want to call it, because that's how you notified my sales manager, Anna, in regards to that. It's a very simple solution here. Stopping a business check across state lines is a federal offense, and something that transpired with this watch, which was nowhere near our fault. We delivered the watch as it was described. And for you guys...
No, wait. First and foremost, don't lie. Because Anna specifically told me today, I didn't know, I wasn't involved in the sale. Anna was the one that disclosed to me today that she told Seth that the watch was brand new. Okay, if you look at a brand new watch, and then she specifically said, I did not tell him that the band was cut.
Okay, let me explain to you what happens with a Patek Philippe watch when it leaves the boutique. When clients go in and buy a watch at a Patek Philippe boutique, in order to quote unquote ensure that they don't flip the watch, they cut the strap. Number one. Number two, there was one notch cut off that strap. That strap was long enough to fit a whale. On top of that, Anna spoke to the dealer and she said, okay, you want a new strap? Fine, here's a new strap. We paid for a new strap for which we send a check.
And but that was after the check was arrested. Are you kidding me? So what do you say? You want the watch back? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I would like for you to cover the check that you bounced with a wire, and in no way in hell am I going to be giving you terms on a Patek watch that I flipped to somebody else that you guys happen to have paid for that you use as a sourcer for your watches. I would like for you to cover your check with a wire. That's what I would like for you to do.
We thought we were getting conned out of a fake watch.
Why are you doing this to me, not the guy you got the watch from? That's my question. The fact that you thought the watch was fake, we've been in this business for 30 years.
The watch was fake. I misspoke because the watch wasn't, I didn't know if it was new. I didn't know like what the conditions of the watch was. Can we just find a resolution? You're saying?
Yes, there's a very simple resolution to this. There's very simple resolution. I will send you my wire information, cover your check, and that's the end of it.
Okay, can I send you 4 wires?
Why would you send me 4 wires? Why can't you send me 1 wire?
Because we're not gonna be able to send you 1 wire for 85. Can I send you 1 wire today, 1 wire every week for 4 weeks?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you want the watch back? I'm asking.
No, I want a wire.
Guys, listen, I'm not gonna just sit here and go at the whole entire Luxury Bazaar commission for it. I'm asking you now, going forward, can we just cut it into 4 and send you 4 payments?
No, I would like to get paid right away for the whole thing. Why would I do that? I'm gonna give you the courtesy to figure out your fund situation. I'm gonna have Anna send you wiring information for our company, which you guys actually already have because you do business with us because you pay us for the jewelry. I'm gonna give this until Friday. I'm not taking 4 equal payments. I'm not taking the watch back. I want that bounce check covered. I guarantee you the watch is already sold and they're just trying to get terms. Guarantee you they can't send the watch back.
Of course.
Let me go ahead and type. What's your name again, sir? Sorry, I didn't get it.
My name is Roman. You can call me back directly. Let me give you a phone number.
What did you say, Robert?
No, Roman. I'll wait to hear for you in the next couple hours. Thank you.
Alright, I'll call you back.
I guarantee you, the watch is already sold, delivered to the client, and all they're trying to do is to get terms.
Because they don't want to pay.
Exactly, they want terms.
Right, how much would you say we pay for shipping insurance?
Well, merchandise insurance, our premium is 82 grand.
And how much do we spend on shipping last year?
It was about 300,000.
This is the kind of money that we spend here every single day to make sure when shit happens, we're covered. And when shit happens and we're not covered, this drives me up the wall.
Now what happened here is actually pretty confusing. This was a situation where we sent out a shipping label to ship to us from one of our watch service centers. There was one watch in there valued about $150,000 for which we sent out a label. That label was supposed to be insured for $150,000. Last minute, the watchmaker decides, oh, there's another watch that's ready. I'm gonna throw that in there. But somewhere, somehow, in a rush, somebody forgot to add the additional insurance value to the package. And as it stood, the package was only insured to $75,000. That's a big issue.
Where did this fall through? Why all of a sudden, when you're being told that there are 2 watches coming back from repair, why was there not a question raised, as it's usually raised, how much is the watch?
How usually we work with labeled from repair and to repair. So Ilusha asked me or I told him, so this is amount, blah, blah, blah.
Value,
this is
value of the package.
Stolka, value stolka.
What happened with the package was even more confusing. All of a sudden, Natalie noticed that a package that was coming from New York to Philadelphia, which usually goes like this, was rerouted by someone to London. Nobody in our office rerouted it, so it must have been some kind of an internal job. When it ended up in London, it was sent back to us. When we got it back, it was an empty box. So you're giving him the value of the package.
Yes, because
So
how he
what
can-
happened? What happened with
In this particular
particular case?
I have no idea how it happened. So I received a lot of packages on the day, and when I open this exact package, I saw what nothing in there. Our next step is open a claim, of course. And when we start doing, we recognized what we put wrong insurance amount. That was our big mistake.
So I check the camera. You can clearly see it. The package was empty when we received it.
Why? How is it all of a sudden the one package that happened to have gotten lost, our luck, was not insured?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know is not an answer.
no, like wrong.
It
Look,
was
look.
rush, like as you told me.
It possible it was like rush label.
I don't care.
Rom, okay. If they need a label, okay.
Okay, my question to you is this: how long does it take for you to find out the value of the something that's coming in, especially coming from a repair shop?
I don't remember that situation.
We have a rule in place. If I go on to our labels, us to us labels request, wherever you see name, address, value. The no time is not an excuse, because right now we're out $180,000, and maybe hopefully our insurance is going to pay us $75,000. So why is it there an exception that when it comes to Natalie asking for labels, you still don't double check the value?
I'm always double check the value. I'm always asking that.
No,
In this
obviously not.
situation, maybe it's not happen. It's possible.
In this particular case, it would absolutely defeat the entire purpose of us to us label because it was not insured.
If you're the one creating the label and you don't know the value, don't assume that the value of that label is under $75,000 for which we're automatically covered. The bottom line is that the one time you just assumed that it was $75,000 and under, it happened to be $180,000. When things happen in a rush is usually when mistakes happen. It's usually when you end up losing money. And what I'm scared of is how many actual labels were gone back and forth where...
Yeah, because other times we just got lucky probably because we
perhaps
don't know
the other
about
times
it.
we got lucky.
With repair
Oh,
shop.
maybe it's only one mistake. What happened?
I highly doubt it. This is potentially a $180,000 loss.
I know.
That's damn near half my yearly shipping budget. What I'm explaining to you is that I don't want a single label to leave this office to anyone without verification of value. And this is more on you. You can point fingers at each other all you want. It's not going to solve the situation. You're the last point of contact. You're the guy that does the insurance. Don't assume that just because you're telling me a regular label, you better be told and check that this watch is under $75,000. Meeting is over. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Of course, the real question is what was this thing underinsured?
Presented before you are two Hublot Hebrew watches. If you recall, we had once upon a time we had a client about 2 years ago purchase one of these said watches from us. He called me yesterday very frantic and very upset, claiming that the watches are not authentic and they are not what he had ordered. He's saying that the watches are not authentic due to the lettering of the numerals around the dial. So I spoke with a rabbi, I spoke with somebody else, that those are in fact how lettering would be on the dial, but that's not the point. He thought he was buying a Pride of Israel when in fact this is just a Hublot Hebrew edition made by Hublot, right?
Is he saying these are fake?
He's saying they're fake, which is impossible.
It's like sealed from the factory.
Yeah.
Obviously these watches aren't fake. We sold them one.
Yes. So as you can see by the second watch, there was a warranty card provided by a completely other company. I'm not exactly sure why he sent us both watches, but that other one is not ours.
So what does he want from us?
He's basically saying he wants a refund for his purchase price and for us to provide the actual Pride of Israel watch, which is crazy.
Can we call him?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Roman Sharf. I'm sitting here with Adrian. How are you?
Okay.
So Adrian told me about the little miscommunication or misconception that we have going on with the Hublot that you purchased from us. First and foremost, one thing that we need to clear off the table right away is the fact that this isn't a fake watch. The lettering, as you see on the dial, is how this watch came, actually all 36 of them. You assumed that this was the watch called the Pride of Israel, but what you bought is an edition that was made a year prior,
2017.
in 2017, that was made for the opening of the Holocaust Museum in Chicago.
The problem, though, is the Hebrew numbering is absolutely incorrect.
The Hebrew numbering is actually correct because Adrian actually called his rabbi and confirmed they're just written a little bit differently. I have zero doubts in my head that this watch is absolutely authentic.
If you look at if you talk to anyone who knows Hebrew,
I did. We have two people here who.
from the state of Israel, it's done correctly, and it has a 11 and a
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you.
letter that means 20 and 30. Okay?
Can I ask you a question?
So that-
Can I ask you a question?
that is, the dial is wrong, and it's not represented properly. Somebody did it, and they did it wrong, and they did not.
There's no somebody. Nobody did this. Hublot did this. You're not claiming that the watch is fake. You're just claiming that the way the letters are written on a dial is not correct based on what you're comparing to the one. Let me ask you a question. Which number is you saying is 20 and 30?
At 11 and 12 o'clock.
At 11 and
They
12.
have L. Do you speak Hebrew?
No, but I have somebody here that does. Well, it's a good thing I happen to have Anna, who is fluent in Hebrew. It was time to bring her in. What letter does that represent?
11.
11. What letter does this represent?
Also 11.
Also 11. So I have somebody standing here who speaks and reads Hebrew.
From Israel.
From Israel. Who's from Israel?
It's in chronological order, just like ABC.
Right.
This is the alphabet of Hebrew.
Do you speak Hebrew?
Do you speak Hebrew or no?
Yes.
Okay, but if you take this exact reference number and you go to Hublot, or you take this exact watch and you call them and tell them this serial number, they're going to confirm exactly how it looks like. In Hebrew, letters can also function as numbers. So in the second version of the watch, the number 11 and the number 12 are a combination of two letters which make the number 11 and the number 12.
It's a mistake on the dial, and they should not have sold it.
No,
and they should
no.
have misrepresented it.
No, I don't think so.
It's astounding. I mean, it's a worthless watch.
This is the same thing if I walked into Nike 2 years ago, bought a pair of sneakers. I decided to open them up one day and I decided, hey, I don't like the way the Nike swoosh is represented and I don't like the color. Therefore, maybe I should take it back to Nike and get a full refund. That is the same exact thing that you are claiming here.
Misrepresentation. You know, you're a victim like I'm a victim.
I'm not a victim. We're not victims. We've sold plenty of these watches and nobody has complained.
It's a mistake.
But then it's not my mistake. Can you do me a favor? Can you listen for a minute? I've heard you talk for about 15 minutes. I would like to speak and tell you my piece, and then you decide what you want to do. This is not an issue with us. I did not make this watch. I did not make this dial. All I simply do is I pick these pieces up and I resell them as they are. If this is what Hublot has decided to do, then you're wrong, and nobody here is at a fault.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Whoever did the dial did not know what they were writing, and well, it's inconsistent with every other letter. I bought it from you because I trust you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If this is a Hublot issue, I have a better idea for you. I'm going to send both of these watches back to you, and I'm going to have you take them to Hublot. And let's see what Hublot says.
Can you give me the Hublot who's ever in charge there?
All you have to do is go into a Hublot boutique in Chicago and tell them, this is my issue.
I don't have a Hublot boutique. I don't live in Chicago.
I will pass the information to Hublot customer service to you.
Talk to someone at a high position.
That's fine. You can. I don't have the CEO's number handy. I'm sorry, but
to find somebody.
I have a very hard time having a conversation with you when I try to say something. You talk over me.
Because I'm so angry about this.
At this point, I would like to offer you the. Can you listen to me, please? I am going to get the watches back to you. I'll get you the contact information for Hublot, where you can email them, show them both pictures of the watches, and say, I feel that this is wrong. I can't spend more time on this because we can argue about this for hours.
2 days on this.
Okay, that's great. At this point, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with what you're saying in terms of this watch being wrong.
You don't know the facts because you don't know Hebrew and you don't know.
I have somebody standing next to me who's fluent.
Speaks fluent Hebrew.
I need his name.
Thank you so much. We will speak soon.
Well, where should? Okay, I'm gonna email where.
I'm done.
I'll ship this shit back.
I'm done. Can you please send those back to him? Get the address. Talk to our friend in Chicago.
Oh wait. So you don't want to swap that watch and go find him a Pride of Israel? No? You don't want to give him a full reimbursement?
No, I'm good.
All right, by all means, my team won't be, and they don't.
So you want to switch to be just a Rolex dealer?
We are what we are.
But we're not. That's not all we sell. That's what we make the least amount of money on, and that's not all we sell.
Okay,
because there's 65% of other stuff.
That's most of what we can buy. Look at our portal and what comes our way.
You can't buy that product. You can't scale that business because you can't buy enough of that product. So I don't care for it. I don't care for it. Once in a while, like 3-4 times a year, you make a hit. That's just like, you know,
it all adds up.
frosted
It all adds up at the end of the year, doesn't it? The brigades, the Hublots, the IWCs, it all adds up at the end of the year.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'd rather have that money that you park in and based on the margin that you make and how much time it takes to sell it. How many times over can we turn that over on Rolex?
Do you understand that during the normal times of our company, we sold a lot of Rolexes? You know what the average margin was on Rolex back then? 6.8%. How long do you think it's going to be until it gets back to that?
Why do you think it would get back to that? Excuse me. You know what we didn't have? We didn't have a retail business, and all the Rolex business we were doing was on sold orders. That's the difference. We're buying from the public and selling more to the public. There's your margin difference. You're doubling your margin of what you used to make on Rolex. Rolex is what everybody wants. There's more risk for it. There's more clients for it. That's what makes your business valuable. Not some 75-year-old about to croak who's buying a Roger Dubuis sympathy. That's not who I want to attract anymore.
The guy sold
do you know what the main push of these companies is now? Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe. You know what they're trying to do? You know who they're trying to attract? The younger, the better. You're trying to attract the f***ing older. Why? We want the young bloods are the impulsive ones, they're the new ones entering the market. You capitalize on that market share, you're going to make way more money and you're going to be able to scale. Well, not on Roger Dubuis sympathies and picking something off on the auction. Our business is as valuable as our supply chain. And what our supply chain clearly shows is that most people have Rolexes and high premium stuff to sell. Yes, the margin isn't there, but we make up for it in volume. That's our delta. We'll never be the margin business. We don't want to be the margin business.
As long as you did your proper due diligence on that piece and have some market research or have sold something similar to that, I won't say anything. But if you just blindly buy something on the speculation that it's worth this because there's not a lot of them out there or whatever the key may be, I'm completely opposed to that.
What you're saying, I agree 100% with the exception that I still feel that those shorts are way too short on you.
Well, I work out my legs.
No, I understand, and I just said that I'm happy with the price of the watch, regardless of the situation, other than it having a scratched off serial number.
Why don't you send the watch back to us, and I will further investigate it. I will send it to my guys who will verify 100%.
What are they verifying? Whether the serial number scratched off?
They can verify.
They can verify that the dial is kosher? Explain this to me.
Well, you explain it to me. If you're saying that Audemars Piguet said the dial was fake, and I'm going to send it to my guys at Audemars Piguet, we'll see.
I put it in text the day that I said that the client stated that this happened.
Wait, so is it a client or is it a dealer?
It's a dealer that sold it to a client. The watch has been sold.
Wow, guess we really did give it for a good price. 3 other hands touched it.
You're right, and I'm not arguing that. I don't get it. What's this attitude?
I'm tired of going back and forth. We've said everything we needed.
You're tired of it?
Everything we've needed to say. Serial number, the face. You're talking about police. You're talking about all these things. You're acting as if this is a scratched off pistol that's purchased on the aftermarket.
You guys are gonna send the wire back immediately once you get the watch?
We will send the wire back when we get the watch. Yes.
That's all I needed to hear.
All right. Send them where I just have them send it back. There's 3 people that touched the watch after us.
Who popped this dial off? Because it's damaged now. Whoever popped the dial off, this dial off.
Somebody could have easily damaged it along the way.
Apparently this is the green dial.
Yeah.
They took the green dial off.
Yeah. Who did? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, who did it? How do we know it was like that? It could have been a perfectly fine dial.
There was some sort of bleeding on the subdials. The hands are scratched. Anything you're noticing from prior or from now is from prior.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know along what step of the way these pictures were taken because, as you mentioned, you sold it to somebody who then sold it to somebody else. So the paper trail of this watch is I don't know what happened at this point. How the integrity of the dial was damaged along the way, but that's not how we sent it.
I asked you guys prior to opening the watch if I could open the watch. You guys gave me permission to.
That's fine, but what I'm saying is whomever did it damaged it. There's no way that dial would fit back into a watch now. It's not even a perfect circle anymore.
You're saying it's now been damaged?
Look at the picture I sent you, bro. It's mangled.
Yeah, look at the edges. Whoever used to open up that watch opened it up with I don't even know, scissors or something. I don't know what the hell he did.
I see what you're talking about.
Bro, it's all like scratched up, mangled.
I'm not privy on dials. I don't know how this whole situation works with that.
The way this looks to us right now, bro, someone was unhappy with it. They opened the watch up, mangled the dial, And who's to say?
Who's to say that this dial's even ours?
Who's to say it wasn't even scratched? I mean, bro, this is like
Clearly damaged. That's not how the dial was with us. So
I really don't understand what we're doing here.
I'm just saying. It's my word.
You know what? I'm on the West Coast. This is 9 a.m. for me, and I feel like you've given me nothing but attitude.
I'm trying to protect my company, and I'm trying to get the whole entire story straight. The bottom line is that we sold you a watch, and we just started hearing about issues weeks later.
You guys told me that AP installed the dial.
What does this have to do with the guy
Because
taking the dial?
then I would not be having this issue. If we had an actual idea of where the dial came from, what the story is with the dial, then we would not have to worry. No, hold on. We would not have to worry about the serial number being scratched because that could have been from mishandling if we knew where the dial came from. The fact that the dial came from some guy in Europe, which was not the original story that we were told, now there's a reason for concern about the dial.
So
if the dial was
so AP
sold,
would have never confirmed that in store.
If
So
this dial was
you
sold
guys
by
took it upon yourself, or whoever you sold it to took it upon themselves to take
No,
it
he
to
went
some
into
watchmaker.
He went into BioLink.
Open the watch
And I
up.
didn't take it upon myself to take it to a watchmaker. I asked you.
They open the watch up, bust the dial out, completely mangled the
opted to
dial,
do it yourself. You didn't. You gave me permission to take it to a watchmaker.
and now the dial's damaged and the serial is scratched off, and now you want to send it back like that, and then you're saying that federal law prohibits this and the serial number's defaced and that someone else might interpret it a different way, and that we're lucky that the guy didn't take it to
Do you
the
not
police
want to take the return?
Oh, I'll happily. You know what? At this point, dude, I'm not wasting any more of my time. If, honestly, you should probably take the watch for stock because there's money to be made. So, that being said, I'll happily take the watch back and sell with a white dial as we originally said it was. I got a client lined up. So, if you want to get that over, close a chapter on this. I can't waste any more time on this. He said, she said, this guy opened it up, that guy opened it up, that guy's a dealer that nobody knows about. He's also an attorney. I just don't got time for this. So, Sean, just ship us the watch back. At the moment we get it back, we'll reimburse you. Deal?
Great, thank you.
All right. It's unbelievable. That guy's not quit the DB over there. When I get the watch, what I will do is I'll have a paper trail. I'll send it back to my guy. But the problem is that this is completely dicked.
Like I said, this transaction was going via firm, right? This was a partial payment for another item, right? So the watch was in fact sold for $28,000, right? Yes, this was an honest mistake. I do apologize. I just called you out of a courtesy to let you know that your order was going to be canceled, sir.
I'm not happy about that. I gotta be honest with you.
I mean, hold on. Hello. I apologize. I'm sure Dave reiterated the situation. What happened was we have a client here with a watch on consignment for $20,000. We decided to do a trade, his watch plus $8,000. So momentarily, Dave changed the price online so the customer could check out at the same time that you checked out. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine that we are not selling a stainless steel Panda Daytona for $8,000.
I don't imagine anything. I want to buy a watch. I don't know what they're going for. I saw a watch I liked. I feel the price was reasonable and I purchased it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the watch is sold to somebody else.
So why is it still online?
Because it's processing?
I'm not happy. I'm Adrian, right?
Yeah, my name is Adrian, yes.
I'm very disappointed. I'm sorry to say that.
I'm sorry you're disappointed as well. And listen, if there's anything we can help you out, if you want a Panda Daytona, Dave would be very happy to help source you one for a reasonable market price. But $8,000 is an impossibility.
So what's a reasonable market price?
Exactly as we had it listed, and the one that we had listed was no box and papers for $28,000. We can get you a new one for $32,000.
And when can I expect my money back?
Well, Dave is going to speak to accounting right now. They're already aware of the situation, and they will issue the refund immediately.
I will write a Google review to reflect all of this, so don't get upset too much.
No problem. You have every right to do so, and I think most people understand who frequent Google reviews and who are supporters and fans of ours that it is impossible to buy a Panda Daytona for $8,000. That it was a clear error, and this is not something we have to honor.
When I make a mistake dealing with my customers...
No. I'm sorry. This is not You're not going to stronghold us, or you're going into anything. You can leave leaving your Google review is not going to get you a Panda Daytona for $8,000. You're more than welcome to do whatever you think is necessary. That's your prerogative. It's a free country, but that is not a way to make us act in any different manner. I don't know what you're going to accomplish by it, but if that makes you feel better, then by all means, I suggest you do so.
Listen, when I leave good reviews and I leave bad reviews and I leave
No
bad
problem.
reviews.
No problem.
Depends on my experiences, right?
Yes,
I'm sure you do the same.
No, I don't leave bad reviews for somebody who made a clear and honest mistake that didn't hurt me or hurt my family or anybody else. You didn't get robbed of anything. You just made a purchase of something that was not available for that price, which happens all the time everywhere. You know, I bought a pair of sneakers on the Nike app, and they said the order went through, but then it didn't go through. Am I going to go write Nike a review? Yeah, maybe I'll write Nike a review and tell them what a bad company they are, but I think the billion people that buy from Nike probably won't really care what I have to say. But listen, again, you're more than welcome to do whatever you feel is necessary. But again, if you are really interested in this watch, they would be more than happy to help, and we can make you a really nice deal.
I might hold you to that, to what you just said.
Okay, I will have Dave save your information. As soon as we get a Panda Daytona in, I will give it to you at cost. I will show you my cost. I will show you what it's in the books just to make it right. We will supply you. We have some very beautiful merchandise here that we supply to our clients that people actually buy. We'll send you T-shirts. We'll send you hoodies. We'll send you the whole deal just to make it right.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Did you say he was taking the review down?
Yeah, he said he
is.
can't reason with the unreasonable. But I guess you did, right? So
you have to reiterate to them that whatever anger, whatever I would say disappointment that they're feeling, not that it's unjustified, but how by doing what they're going to plan to do is not going to help them. And then you have to tell them that, hey, we're going to make this right. We're going to work with you to make something right, right? So if it leaves off, he's mad at you, you're mad at him, there's going to be a Google review, there's going to be animosity, nothing's going to fix it. So you just have to let these clients know that we have your back and we'll make it right.